I'm confused. That's better. Well, good morning to you all. Today's video is all about water. What a strange subject, eh? So if you're new to my channel, this is a little channel dedicated to my photography, hobbyist photographer. This is the only branding you'll see, and I set the channel up so that I could kind of display my hints and tips on amateur photography, mostly because I started watching YouTube and all those fabulous other photographers just to get the information from them. But I thought, you know what, I could do that. I could set up a channel. For those who are returning, all 33 of you, great number of subscribers. This is not a repeat. You're not on Dave. So yeah, let's go and take some, I'd say long exposures of water. I'm not anticipating minutes and minutes of exposure. Just want to try and capture the water in motion and freeze it so that it's smooth coming over, and I'll explain more as we walk along. There's my keys. There's my keys. Great stuff, let's do it. So today I am in Kearsney Abbey, and Kearsney Abbey just sits a couple of miles outside of Dover, and it's a Victorian park, 1800s. Used to have a manor house here, but it's built on a monastic site, hence the name, Kearsney Abbey, right? It's got a man-made lake which attracts all manner of birds and wildlife, which is fabulous. It's got an old remnants of an old mill, paper mill, and also it's got lovely weirs with the water. So there are three subjects I want to take photographs of today, and that's the old mill with the weir coming through. There is the, oh, did I mention it's also got an old, what do you call it, pump house. It's got a pump house, now a restaurant. So yeah, I want to take a picture of the weir, and there's the old mill, the weir, and the archway, which is part of the building of the old site for the abbey, and it's got lovely trickly water coming through, so hopefully I'll be able to do that. And we've got some really lush sunlight coming through this morning, as you can see on the lake here with the swans. They all think I'm coming to feed them. Hello Swannies, there's this Swanee River. Well, aren't you beautiful? Look at you all. So before I actually set up, I'm going to just take a few handheld shots, just make sure I've got my composition and get a shot in the bag. Because if nothing else, I want to make sure that if the shots don't come out on the tripod, at least I've got some shots from the handheld, which is always a good thing, and it also gives me an idea of what I want to do for setting up the composition. Actually, stay. Could be a bit dark, but you know, I'm actually going to do long exposure, so I'm going to be leaving the shutter open, so it could be quite nice actually. No SD card. I left it in the computer, but it's a good thing I carry a spare. Bear with. And because I use an entry-level DSLR, I've only got one slot for an SD card. And many photographers that I watch have got these cameras with double SD card slots. Who knew? Right. Take these handhelds. Oh, I like that. I've got some nice hues and greens coming in. What do you think of that? So if I zoom in a little, just get the top of that wall, the bridge, the weir, my tree on the right in the first third. Let's focus in on that. First of all, I'm setting up what my focal point. Right, that's it. Right, what am I doing? I've got ISO 400. I've got, you know what, I'm going to change the f-stop, bring it down to f6.3, 1/3 of a second. Yep, that's perfect. Let's have a look at this. So let's have a look. 1/3 of a second, 6.3, ISO 400. Yeah, my histogram is right to the left there. But it makes quite a nice little picture. And I like the weir. So what I'm going to do, one more shot here. I'm going to zoom in a little to focus in on the bridge and the water by itself. That makes for a nice composition. Now I've got the black railings all along the edge, which obviously for health and safety, we don't want people falling in. But I might do a bit of cloning, try and get them out. Will I? It's all umming and ahhing. And what I was thinking when I was coming out this morning, I thought to myself, you know, have I exhausted all the potential photography subjects in my area? But the reality is with this thing, there's hundreds of shots of the same location that can be taken. I can zoom in, I can focus in on different aspects. So never be despondent, you know, you can get out just around your local area. And this isn't far from where I live, it's fantastic. Weather permitting, I could come out on a really sunny day, sun streaming through the trees, and that would make a different composition. I might come down here when it snows in the winter, that would be lush. Right, 2 shots. I'm going to do a portrait where I've zoomed in, taken the cloning out. We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't work, we'll just get the shot with the bridges. And then I'll do a portrait one, and then we'll go to the next location. Do a portrait. Have to be careful here because I didn't bring me wellies. Are you tracking me? So, I'm confused. That's better. I should go on someone's photography course, not to show me how to use this, but setting up a composition. Step 1. Find level ground. Oh my god. See, I can see it all. I can see it all in my mind's eye. What I want to do. There's more than just thinking about the camera. It's more about safety. It's more about location. It's more about attire, appropriate footwear, all that kind of stuff. Gavin Hardcastle, appropriate footwear. And of course we're getting into autumn now, so I've got all these lovely brown leaves. Right. Did I display the other shot? I hope I did. I'm going to make it so, like Captain Picard. Same settings, 1/3 of a second. Oh, you know what, I need to come out a little bit because I want the tree as well. And I'm going to adjust the polarizer to bring out, and I'm going to show you for why. Polarizer is really handy. There's my live view, right? And I like this shot, it's rather quaint and neat. I was going to say I've got the wall as a leading line, but it's not coming from the left to the right, it's kind of in the middle of the screen. However, if I turn that polarizer, you'll start to see the glare of the water completely disappear. What a unique thing. And then I haven't got any. It's just the water coming off the weir, under the bridge, and no sheen or shine. Sheen or shine, it's like Michael Sheen. Yeah, so 2 shots. I'll display them side by side, and this is going to be one with the polarizer set, hiding the sheen, and one with the polarizer turned the opposite way, bringing the sheen of the water and the illumination. And actually I like the second one. What do you think? Drop me a comment. Tell me which one you prefer. And in the meantime, I will go to the next location. So never be despondent, you know, I think I've been getting into this routine of focusing on different things, and the photography has taken a back seat, especially with the videos. Probably because after a year of having this channel and only 33 subscribers, I think it's time to up the game. Because I think I've got a lot to offer, don't you? My witty banter, my excellent way of presenting things, and I'm trying my hardest not to say a lot. Just did it. What I am going to do is start doing an ad campaign on my channel and try and get some more views and subscribers, because I think, you know, it's got a lot of potential, the Red camera. It could potentially change to the red and black camera, because I need some better kit. But if this kind of content appeals to you, then please do subscribe. You know, it pushes the video content out to the wider world, and all YouTube algorithms get to work and they start pushing my videos out for other people. I could make a living. It would be fantastic. You know, in my early years of retirement, because I'm, you know, not far off the big 6-0. I might not look it, but then again I might. Say, oh, when I retire. And I don't want to retire. What's retirement? I just want to keep going until I can't keep going anymore. And getting out doing the photography is fantastic, because you can get some exercise, which, you know, maybe this is my only form of exercise. I don't run, I don't swim, I don't ride bikes. Not because I can't, it's just because I can't be arsed. So yeah, this is scene 2 and 3 all in one place. I've got the weir down here, the weir down here. I'm a poet and I know it. And we've got this wonderful, wonderful arch, which isn't modern. It was created as part of the Abbey structure. But look at that tree with its roots. Is that not majestic? In itself is going to make a wonderful shot. Right, what do I want to do with this composition? Let's set up and see how we get on. So when I started my channel, I had obviously watched some of the other semi-professionals, and I loved their drone footage and I loved their B-roll footage. All the right things, you know, to keep a viewer engaged. And I thought, well, I don't kind of have a drone at my disposal, and you know, B footage, it takes a lot of time. So I thought, well, I'll make mine slightly different, in as much as I did start using B footage, but the reality is I'm not trying to make a cinematic production. It's just like, start the video, here's the camera, I'm taking a picture, this is what I'm doing, ding, 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 like that, you see. That's what I was after. So anyway, let's do a handheld shot just to capture the moment before I set up. What am I trying to achieve here? I've got this old cedar or red fern. Is that what they call it? I love the bark. It's all kind of ripply. You've got the same tree over there, but with the roots outside. It's something from, you know, Game of Thrones and Lord of the Ring tones. I've never watched Game of Thrones. Am I one of the only ones? Doesn't do it for me. However, Lord of the Rings is nice. So, turning the polarizer, lots of glare. Turny. It doesn't remove it all. I actually don't want the glare coming under the arch. Or do I? Otherwise it just looks like a mud bank, doesn't it? You know, let's have it, because let's have it without the polarizer at full, because I get the reflection of the arch in the water as well. Very nice. That's it. That's the 1-2 second exposure. And I've got some lush definition in the roots and the tree. I think that's the best I can do for this shot. I'm going over there, move the can and set up. So the best thing I can do is give you the live view so that you can see what I'm looking at. We've got this lovely weir, and there's the arch over there. Got the weir, got the beer can, but hopefully that won't come into play, because I'll be focusing on this. This is what I want. Because the subject is water, right? Water is the subject of the day. The autumn leaves. So composition-wise, I think I'm just focusing on this, but I want to include the rocks. Maybe come out a little so that I've got some of that water. And then I think there's got to be a landscape shot in here somewhere, a portrait shot. Wrong location. Let's move over here. Never be afraid to change your mind, you know? What you first of all think, and I didn't take my first shot, did I, you know, to capture the scene. Oh, that's better. That's a better composition, because I've got more rolling water. I want to put my hat on right, you know, so that you can see my branding. The red camera. Make sure, like and subscribe. Have I said that already? Can you see I've got water coming in at the top left there. I've got the weir itself coming down over that cascade. Oh, lots of nice things. Green ferns. I don't like that pole, and that's not even supporting the bridge. That's obviously from an old structure. So I am going to clone that out. Mark my words. Because I just think it causes a little bit of distraction. How far can I go out here? See, I've got a trunk on the right, just here. I've got these posts. Tragic. If they weren't there, I think this would make a lovely... Well, it's going to make a lovely shot anyway, but, you know, it is what it is. Right, let's take a couple of shots at varying speeds, and we'll see if we can get that water looking completely... Gosh, I wonder what the temperature is. It's really cold. Yeah, that works. I'm going to do one portrait because I've got an idea in my head here. So what I'm seeing, I've got this rock, and then the cascading water. And I'm visualizing that section. In fact, I'm going to put a box on the screen so that you can see what I'm visualizing as my portrait shot. Because I see compositions, you see. I see it everywhere. Oh, a box there. It's like doing the cinematography thing, isn't it? That thing. That's what I want. A picture of that. Forget everything else around there. It's that middle bit. Oh my God, I do waffle on. But it's all in the game. That's what I've got. That was the little box I saw. Do you see it? Coming right out. Too much. My box says, take that. Trouble is, I've got the rock on the right there. Was it a rock? Tree trunk? And I've got these loose ones on the left. Oh, street photography. Quick, take a shot. Random person on bridge. Contrasting colours. Yeah, that's fine. Right, before we go crazy, manual priority. That's what the focus is today. And I'm going to have to get 2 hot spots for focusing here, because I think I might have to do some focus stacking. So focus in on the foreground with that rock, lock the focus in. F11 1.13 of a second, ISO 100. Shouldn't process it when it's live. That's good. And then focus in on the water in the background, so that I've got the top layer focused, the bottom layer focused, stack them together, everything's in focus. I can see that that's going to work because I've got the foreground is a bit blurred now, so yes, very good indeed. And that concludes today's exercise in water photography. So what have I learnt today? 1, it's good to get out. It's good to do photography even when you don't feel like it. I set the alarm for 5 a.m. this morning because I wanted to get here before the crowds and the kids, and you know, nothing wrong with that. It's just when you're trying to take videos and talk and you get all bashful. 2, I don't need an ND filter. I can just work with the light that I've got, and that's what you can do. You can set your speed and your aperture accordingly and capture the right light, especially if you can bump the ISO up. And I don't know, what's the third and final thing that I can think of? I don't think there is a third and final thing. Just enjoy the moment, you know, get out, do your photography. So with that, I shall conclude. Thanks for watching, bearing with. I will see you in another video. I would very much appreciate a like, a comment and a subscribe. That would be super duper. Bye for now.